So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to convert your Pixelcade LCD 2nd gen to a Pixelcade LCD 3rd gen. And so why do you need the 3rd gen? The difference is with the 3rd gen, it's easier to upload your own artwork. So I got a lot of feedback from people that they like the product, but they want to customize it with their own LCD artwork. And you can actually do that with the 2nd gen. There is an uploader, but it's a little bit slow and it's a little flaky. It's not super robust. And so what we did with 3rd gen was we added the capability where you can just basically pop in your own USB drive. So as part of the 3rd gen upgrade, we're actually going to get rid of this. This is actually a Wi-Fi dongle, so we're not going to use that. We're going to use the native Wi-Fi on the board, and we're going to allow you to pop in your own thumb drive, and you can add your own artwork to your hardest content on the thumb drive. So that's the main benefit of the Gen 3. And then also, for this upgrade, you will need to get a higher capacity SD card. So get your hands on a 64 gigabyte micro SD card, and we're going to replace the current SD card, which is 32 gigabytes. So that is the only thing you really need for this upgrade, is you just need to get a bigger card. So let's get to it. So the first thing you'll need is, again, that bigger card. So this is a 64 gigabyte card. Take this guy, go ahead and if you don't have one, get one of these micro SD card adapters. Then just take the micro SD card, pop it in the adapter like this, and then pop this into your computer. Windows, Mac, whatever you happen to have, go ahead and pop that in. You'll get a download link to the 64 gigabyte image for Gen 3. Go ahead and download that to your computer. And then use a program called Balena Etcher to write that image or burn it onto this card. Okay, so that's step one. Once you've got that, then leave this card in your computer. You may have to take it out, plug it back in so it gets recognized. Go ahead and download the latest Pixelcade software and install the software. And you're going to run the Gen 3 Wi-Fi setup wizard.
Okay, so now we've taken the Pixelcade, that 64 gigabyte micro SD card, and put it in your arcade computer. And you've also downloaded the latest and greatest Pixelcade LCD software. So let's just make sure your computer can see that SD card, which is here. And you see the right folder structure, so let's go ahead and minimize that. Then from your Pixelcade LCD software, let's go find that. And we're going to want to run the Gen 3 Wi-Fi setup wizard. So let's open that. Hit yes to continue. And then at this point, you want to type in the name of your home Wi-Fi and then your password. And just, double check, make sure, of course, you got it right. Hit OK. Now go ahead and browse to your micro SD card. Specifically, we're going to look for the settings folder. So let's go here. That's our card. That's our settings folder. Okay, so it's going to write those Wi-Fi credentials to that card. And we are good to go. That's it. So now you can pop out that SD card from your arcade computer.
In this case. So what you're going to do is take that SD card, turn it upside down so the contact points are facing up, and then again take this one out. So I'm just going to press, take this guy out, and then pop in the new card. And if you just kind of feel around, you'll see where it is, and just press it in, and that's all you got to do. All right, so let me just show you again a little close up. So here's what the board looks like. Take your SD card, again, you want it upside down so the contacts are pointing up, and you're basically just going to slide it right in here, press it in like so. Okay, so that is step 3. And then also you're going to want to remove the Wi-Fi dongle from the current board. So this is very important because with Gen 3, we're no longer using this Wi-Fi dongle. We're going to switch over to the onboard Wi-Fi. There's actually a little antenna here, and this frees up our USB port for cool things like USB thumb drives so we can expand our storage. So don't forget to take out that USB Wi-Fi dongle, very important. So again, here's just another close-up. There's the Wi-Fi dongle right here. Just go ahead and pop it out. And you can leave this, maybe keep both of these things if you ever need to go back to Gen 2 for whatever reasons. I don't think you would, but it's always good just to keep those around in case you ever need them. So I've got some customers on these crazy big, hyperspin images, and they've got like 60 gigabytes of artwork. So if you're in that boat, then definitely go the thumb drive route. So get yourself, maybe 128, 256 gigabyte thumb drive. Copy all of the artwork into the thumb drive up front, because copying it, you can actually, once the thumb drive is in, this is Wi-Fi enabled, so you can actually still copy stuff to the thumb drive over Wi-Fi. It's just going to be slower. So take, that huge dump of files that you have. There's two directories on here. One is called LCD marquees. The other one is called MP4 marquees. MP4 marquees is for video files, video snaps. I recommend to keep those video snaps to 7 seconds. And then the other one is for your still image JPEGs. If you've got a super Pixelcade LCD like this for Rec Room, it's going to be 1920 by 360 resolution. So again, 1920 by 360 resolution. Copy all the files in this guy, and then just simply plug it in.
So once you've got your Pixelcade all booted up, it's on Wi-Fi or it's on Ethernet, go ahead and go over here to the network. And I'm on a Mac, but you should see a similar experience if you're on Windows. You'll see your Pixelcade show up here. Go ahead and double click. And then you'll notice, and there actually should only be two folders. So this one here eventually will go away, but you'll notice there's an internal storage and there's an external storage. So right now we've got our thumb drive plugged in. So we're going to take advantage of that USB, which is the external storage. If you didn't have the thumb drive plugged in, you're just going to see the internal. So because I have the thumb drive plugged in, I'm going to see this external as well. I'll double click on that. Here's those two folders. This is for still image marquee JPEGs. This is for video snaps, MP4s. And so over here, I've just got a bunch of artwork. So what you can do is just take your artwork and just literally copy and paste. So I'm just going to get a bunch of stuff here. Copy. Here we go. And let's go into that folder. Now, again, it's just a reminder as I'm doing this, if you're using the USB, it's definitely going to be a lot faster to do this copy and paste initially with that USB drive physically plugged into your computer's USB, because you're making a local copy. So if you've got a massive amount of artwork, definitely do that local copy locally on your local USB, then pop it into Pixelcade, and then you can rename files, because you're probably going to have to rename some stuff. And copy incremental artwork. But that one-time load, you definitely want to do locally, versus right now we're doing this over the network. But hopefully this will give you a feel for how that works. So we're basically just copying these files over the network over Wi-Fi. Now, while that's copying, there's one other thing that I want to show you. So let me pull up a browser here. Know what naming convention to use, because that's very important. With Pixelcade, the files actually have to match a certain naming convention, otherwise Pixelcade is not going to find it. So from here, go to the how-to section and just scroll down a little bit, go to LCD. Oops, sorry. Let's go down to artwork, then go to LCD, how to customize LCD marquee artwork. And from this link, it will explain exactly the naming convention. I'm not going to go over it in this video. You can take a look at this at your leisure, but it basically explains to you the naming convention that you need to use. And basically, the convention is the first part of it is the platform. So if it's MAME, it's always going to be MAME. Let's say it's Atari 2600, it would say Atari 2600 dash, and then the ROM name. So that's basically the convention. The ROM name is whatever your front end is sending. So if it's Hyperspin, Launchbox, you can actually check the Pixelcade listener window and just look to see what name is being sent. That way you'll know what to name them. And then you can also look in the Pixelcade listener, it'll tell you what platform is being sent, which is what this is here. So that's how you know what you need to rename stuff. Also, if you click on this guy, list of marquees, this actually will take you to a list of all the current artwork that's on there right now, and you can just look at this and you can see the naming convention as well. So that's also there for you. All right, so once everything is copied, let's go over here and let's just look. So these are some PC games, for example. So let's just say hypothetically that one of these games was named wrong. You would just simply click here. Let's just say we needed to add a 2 at the end, and it is renamed. So that's how you're going to want to do the renames.